For about 20 years, GCHS used block scheduling, and now it's changing to a 7-period-a-day schedule. Many students at the school were not happy to hear about this, but some teachers were quite glad. Here's Steve Nordby and some other GCHS teachers to give their opinions about the schedule change and how it will affect them.
Well, because it gives more time for teachers and students to work together, and it gives daily contact from teachers and students, and so that we have a more consistent schedule and more time for kids to learn in classes.
You miss a day of school, you're missing 85 minutes of instruction for every subject. On a 7-period day, you would only miss 50 minutes, and I'd be able to see you the next day to catch you up, as opposed to going 2 or 3 days without seeing you.
It really helps students in my class, but I also understand that in some classes, especially more hands-on and elective classes, it can be detrimental to have shorter periods of time. So losing the extra 30 minutes per period can really hurt those classes. I understand that can be bad.
I don't think it matters that much. There's always good things and bad things no matter the schedule, and we'll teach and you guys will learn no matter what we do. So.
The effect of the schedule change will have a huge impact on the art students. Zachary, George, and Brenda Douglas tell us about how it will affect both band and choir.
Marching band, since it's first hour, to get the same productivity as we do this year, we will have to be at the school starting marching band practice at 6:15 or 6:30 in the morning. Pretty much one class period, just a warm-up and setup for many electives. It might hurt me a little bit since I might have to drop a band class just to do it since there's not as much time. So I hope it does not happen at all.
I feel like the schedule change is very beneficial to choir actually, because instead of meeting every other day and forgetting what we learned in the previous class, we can continue to work on the skills day after day, and I feel like it'll make us better singers, because band and orchestra probably are suffering more because they have to set up, tune, and everything, but choir should be fine.
While the schedule change will hurt the art classes, many students are also worried about how the schedule change will hurt all their classes in general.
People who are gone for activities a lot, and that makes them gone for 2 days at a time, rather than one piece of work for each class, you'd end up having to do 2 pieces of work for each class if you had a 7-period day.
I have the excuse of forgetting to do my homework over the break. So
Think of honors classes and AP classes. Those won't be as accessible because that homework was barely doable in 2 nights with the block schedule now. But going into a 7-period next year, that'll mean that the homework is due the very next day, giving us half as much time to finish the homework, making it even more stressful.
Vast majority of students just not being motivated to participate in class and ensuring that they actually fully receive the educational value that they get from the educators that they have is just, a lack of interest in all these subjects, because we feel all the pressure of just us being required to be here and having most of our classes being things that we are just required to take. And we just don't have that interest, so we don't really have that motivation. And with the 7-period day, when we're given less electives, then that lowers the interest even more, because before I came to the school, I was on a 7-period day, and I hated, day in, day out, just this and this and this, same thing every single time. I only had 3 elective choices, and I just never really liked it. And more options creates more motivation, in my opinion.
Some students even went to the board meeting and gave their opinions about the change. When asked if the schedule change were to backfire, this was their response.
Well, if it doesn't work, I hope that they reconsider the 8-block schedule and see how it actually benefited us and how it actually helped us in not just inside our schools but outside, and how it helped us interact with our community and how to actually work in our careers.
Also a big I told you so.
With some positive and many negative opinions, the school board went through with the schedule change. Bye-bye block scheduling, hello 7-period a day. For Oscar Fernandez, and I'm Caleigh Knight, BBS TV.